Mentoring with Geraldine is a bite-sized practitioner podcast for naturopaths, nutritionists, herbalists and practitioners, responding directly to the needs of a practicing natural therapist. With interviews, herbal discussions, something business, something clinical, you'll get the variety you need to enjoy and stay motivated in practice. So thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to rate, review and subscribe to the podcast for our episodes. If you'd like more support, get in contact and I look forward to working with you soon. Hello and welcome to Mentoring with Geraldine and the Bite Size Podcast. And here we are on Thursday. So what's happened so far this week? On Monday, we had a visualization, goal setting visualization. And then on Tuesday, I talked about updating your headers and updating things that spaces and places that people will connect with you. So Google My Business being a top one that I bang on about all the time. And of course your social media headers so that they come up fresh in people's feeds. Then yesterday we had another visualization and that was getting rid of all those annoying things, the things that are bothering you, and then being able to take that next step forward. So hopefully you have taken that next step forward and also perhaps given me a review, shared the information about this with your colleagues and that you're following along, because anyone could start today. It wouldn't be a problem. It's a podcast. Hopefully you're sharing it, screenshotting it and putting it on the spreadsheet so that you go in the draw to win the one-to-one with me or the Academy membership. Now, today I'm talking about reaching out. Okay. And another way of getting points with me is to give me a Google review. So the link for that will also be in the show notes. Again, screenshot it and put it up as proof that you've done it. Now, obviously I'm going to see it and I'm going to hopefully see all these things because you're going to mention me in your story. You're going to be mentioning me to make sure that I see it, but I don't want to miss anything. So if you screenshot it and put it into the spreadsheet, then I know that it really has happened. And if I've missed it, you'll still get the points for it. Okay. Because we're going to count up on that spreadsheet. So the spreadsheet's in the show notes for today as well, because today is reaching out. We want to reach out to more people, to old clients, past clients, and we want to connect. And that's what today is all about. So as I've said, next Tuesday, I've got the Programs and Practice Day, the workshop in the Academy. And I'd like to invite you to join us, to join the Academy and come to that. And that's a networking event because people are there talking to each other. We're discussing businesses and we're discussing what you're doing in your business. Now, when I do programs in practice, it's specifically for in practice. So you may have heard me ranting and raving about the line passive income because there's no such thing. You still have to be active in your business. There's no such thing as passive. People don't find things unless you're advertising them or telling people about them. But when we have a practice and we see clients, we can sell things to them. Like you might sell them some form of testing or send them off to have bloods done. And the company you send them off with, you might get a little cut. You're selling them product. But what we need is long-term change from our clients. And the only way for them to achieve that is if they have coaching and if they have support. And how do we give the best coaching and support is if they have regular input from us. And the way to give regular input without working 24/7 is to have a program that you sell alongside what you're doing, alongside the supplements and the education and the knowledge, is to be able to say, look, rather than me repeating myself over and over again, if you do these activities and follow this program, then we're going to gain the results we want. We're going to reach your goals faster than we would do otherwise and more cheaply than we would do otherwise. Because if you do the program, it's costing you X amount of money, but if you come to see me every time for me to say it, then you're paying for each appointment for me to repeat myself. So it's much easier if you do the program. People go, oh yeah. So that's how I've always sold my programs very successfully. So that's what we're doing next Tuesday. And I updated that the other day. It's all ready to go. It's all done and dusted. But how are you going to reach out to your clients and how are your clients going to know about you? Well, the first thing you're going to do is you've updated your Google My Business, and what would be really good is if you gave the link of that, like I'm giving it to you and asking you for a review. And in all the content is the email of how to ask for that review. So it's not that you just have to ask and not know how to do so. It's all there. All the content, how to ask them is there. Because the more reviews you have, the more Google trusts you, the higher you are in the algorithm, and the more people trust you because they will read those reviews and then want to come and see you over anybody else. So today is all about reaching out. It's reaching out to past clients. It's reaching out to anyone with a different surname to yours, really, and asking for a 5-star review. When we look at reviews, I've got a 1-star podcast review, but there's nothing written next to it. That's just someone being evil. And there's always going to be people who are negative Nelly. And when we look at reviews, when we look at a 1-star review and compare it, and there's no words there, nothing's written, it's just 1 star, and then all the others are 5-star, we know someone's just being horrible. And so we look at that and go, that person's just being horrible. They've got their own issues. And we move on. And we still go, hey, this person looks amazing. They've got over many brilliant reviews and only 1 star, which is clear it's them, not her. So today is reaching out to people for reviews, and it's also reaching out to people who you've seen in the past to come back and see you. Now, it's really hard, isn't it? That feels like cold calling. Oh no, how am I going to contact these past clients who've seen me and they haven't come back to see me? Well, it's an email that I made this soup the other night and absolutely everybody loved it. And so I thought I'd share it with you and tell you about my new opening times, or basically we're just sharing information. Now, every Friday I send out an email to anyone who's on my email list. So you can be on that email list too. But I send out an email to everyone on a Friday afternoon. And because I'm sending out that email, I'm connecting and people reply to those emails. And sometimes it feels like you're emailing into a void. But every so often I'll say, it's your turn to answer the question. It's your turn to speak to me. And I get replies on those ones. So today is about reaching out. I want you to have a look at all of the places where you could be getting or have clients already. So in your filing cabinet, your virtual filing cabinet, your past clients haven't come back to see you, reach out to them. It's the same email you're going to send to everybody that you have an email list for. So you're going to send out that email, but you're really going to include those people. And you might actually send them a separate, slightly different email saying, hey, I've not seen you in a long time. I'm hoping that you're well. If you need anything from me, here's how you can connect. And this is my discovery call number. Connection again. I'm happy for you to have a discovery call if you're not sure what's going on with you, if you need another appointment or not. So reconnect with those old past clients. Now, finding new clients, I want you to look about yourself and think, where can I connect or offer something to someone? So when we connect with another practice, it might be you've got a local physiotherapy practice and you know them. It's what will they gain? What is the outcome for them if they send their clients to you? All right. It's not, hey, I'm a naturopath. Hey, I'm a nutritionist, and they're going to send their clients. It just doesn't happen like that. It has to be a reason for them to send their people to you, their clear outcomes. So they need to know what you do. They need to know how you can support their clients and help their clients to get better in the long run. It might be that you've walked past local physio and you've noticed that a lot of people are overweight, and you run a weight loss program. That means you go in and you say, these are the outcomes. This is the expectation. I run it in groups, so we could actually run a group through your physio practice with your clients so that they're still all connected with you and they gain this additional support, this weight loss program, etc. So think about where in the outside we can connect. It might be the local library. That's another one. Popping in, libraries want to be really relevant at the moment, and a lot of them have talks ongoing. So Google them, have a look. What does your library offer? Do they run workshops? Do they run online courses? What do they run that you could perhaps slot yourself into so that you'll have greater exposure? Maybe there's a local market. It seems a bit odd to go to a market, but at the same time, you can buy some candles, you could make something, remembering kitchen rules and all the rest of it for markets. But there could be something that I grow indoor plants. I have so many indoor plants. I have too many indoor plants, right? So if I needed more clients, I could easily have a market store selling indoor plants at the same time promoting my practice. All right. I have enough clients. I don't have to do that. But that's not, I've been in business for 20 years, so I should have enough clients really. And those clients that I have should be referring on. So how are your systems to get your clients to refer? That's a really big thing. Are you getting them to review you? And how are you getting them to refer? All right. Some people give a gift. If you refer a client, you'll get a gift. I give a free appointment. So by the time somebody's up for referring you, they're already way down the path. You know them really well. There's not going to be any major changes to them. You've already done all your research and they've already spent 4 or 5 sessions with you already. They're already on their supplements and they're doing really well. And that's why they're now referring their friends to you because they've done so well. And so they're advocating for you. And so I'm like, well, if you refer someone, you get a free appointment because their appointments by then are half an hour. What's half an hour when I've got a whole new client out of them? So what are you going to do to encourage those referrals? And today is about reaching out. It's about connecting. It's about networking with your colleagues. And it's about looking at spaces and places where you could be connecting with past clients and with future clients. And don't forget, check out the show notes for links to everything and make sure you're screenshotting your reviews to me, your podcast reviews and all of the reviews so that you go in the draw for the one-to-one with me and the Academy membership. Tomorrow is another visualization and I'm looking forward to chatting with you then and hopefully maybe seeing you in the Academy for the Programs and Practice Day next week. So I'll chat with you soon. See ya. Thanks so much for joining me today. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast for the weekly episodes. If you'd like even more support and learning, then the Academy is for you. Here you'll find part 2 of the herbal discussions, more clinical learning, and case studies to support your clients in practice. Bye for now.